You know who's not gonna want to? You know who Peggy's not gonna want to hang out with?
Who's that?
That pesky Pennywise.
Oh, fuck you! What are you doing, Pennywise? You're always ruining the day.
He's up to no good. So the Chapter 2 trailer came out. This movie is coming out September 6th. This is a sequel to obviously It Chapter 1. What did you fellas think about this trailer?
I was a big fan. Usually in trailers, I don't like when they just have like a full scene.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't have the full scene, but the first minute of the trailer, minute and a half, whatever it is essentially one scene in the movie. But I just loved it. I'm super excited for it. The original, I really don't like the original It, the like TV movie thing.
I just watched it
3
again
hours
last
long.
night.
I really, really don't like that movie at all. But
so good.
But it surprised me so much when it came out last year.
You haven't watched it?
No, I've watched it. I want to watch it again though.
Okay, where are you in it? You're the middleman.
I like it.
Okay. So anyways, back to the trailer.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of me and Briggs that are big haters. Everyone else seems to respect it. I think it's because maybe if you saw it when you were younger, you'd have that attachment to it still, whereas me and him watched it for the first time like the day before the new one came out, and it's very, very dated.
No, I agree with you. I enjoy it. I think you could be 100% right. That I think there's elements I still like as an adult, but it's very dated. There's some bad acting.
It's like 3 hours long, and Pennywise is in it for like 2 minutes.
Can you do the laugh?
Which one? When he's I was doing this last night to Gwen. I'm like, Taylor laughs every time. It's so good.
Way to go.
Yeah.
I think the story is going to be really interesting. I love the casting of it. I forgot that James McAvoy was in it. Who's he playing? What guy?
Billy Boy.
Ah, nice. He's going to be good at that. I feel like that's going to fit very well with like one of the characters he has in Split or Glass or something.
The American accent he's doing there sounds like the guy who's afraid of germs and everything. I'm like, this is going to be weird for me to watch. I don't like when he's not British now, but
And Bill Hader and Jessica Chastain. I don't know the other. Is there any other like kind of known? It's kind of just those three.
The guy playing Mike is the Old Spice guy. Remember that guy who'd be like, "Look at me, look at this."
Oh, okay.
He's that.
Interesting. I didn't know that guy did things other than Old Spice. So
I think he auditioned for Luke Cage as well. Also, he didn't get it.
Oh,
it's fine for him.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah. What else is? You don't know him, but there's a guy. He's from a horror movie, Sinister. You've seen Sinister. He's a good guy. He's playing Eddie, the kind of. It's really good casting. He's good at playing kind of like a bumbling, kind of nervous guy. The guy playing Stan, I don't know, and I think it's fine because if you've read the books, Stan's not that important to this movie. And then who else am I forgetting? Oh, and then Ben. I'm very disappointed. I am waiting to see this guy. His name's Jay something, but he's a no-name guy, and Ben's one of my favorite characters. And he's played by the great John Ritter in Chapter It 2, or in Chapter It the movie. So I really hope that this guy surprises me. I wish he was maybe a bit more someone I knew.
That's a good point. Because that actually was like that was my favorite part of the original was John Ritter's role.
So I'm just hoping he has something that I haven't seen. Right now, he just looks like a super good-looking dude. That's one thing I will say that when I've watched these movies, the child acting so much better. The pacing, everything's better in the movie versus the TV show. The one thing that I do kind of miss with the TV show, this does not sound bad, it's the movies, but I do like that all the adults look like regular adults that have been through some stuff. This cast is pretty hot looking if you look at everybody.
It's true.
Other than Bill Hader, looks like the most normal guy. Like they got the Old Spice guy to play Mike, who Mike's supposed to be the older kind of grizzled guy. But this guy, he's jacked and that's the only thing in the movies. Just even that's
a good point.
Chastain, beautiful woman, and it's just like, okay, I'll get past it. It's the movies, but I just thought about it last night when I was watching. John Ritter's like wearing some flannel and a vest over, and like you look like a loser, but it's great.
I think this is a much better format to tackle this kind of story instead of kind of trying to cram it all into one. So I'm just super excited. I love that like full scene that they showed, and then just I guess the rest of it is kind of just little snapshots of kind of everyone who's in it and stuff. But I'm super excited for this movie. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm glad we put on most anticipated Golden Geeks because it deserves to be there. Taylor?
Yeah. Bill Skarsgård as well is just fantastic.
Yeah, I'm so excited for him to come back, and I love that. You know what, Tim? I'm going to go because it's just I'm on a roll here.
Go.
I love that if you watch the first trailer and this trailer, the trailer for the first one, this back to back, they have similar beats. The laughs in it, the little girl laughs, that's in the first trailer. It's not in the movie. The logo's messed up the same way. And I love that in the first trailer, it feels that there's a sickness in the town and there's something that they have to discover. Where this, to me, I like that you don't really see Pennywise till the end of the trailer and he pops up. To me, this feels like it's obviously the plot, but a character that's coming back, almost like an impending doom. You know what's coming. Where the first one was, what's out there? We have to discover. This is kind of preparing for the storm. You know, the storm's already happened. Now you're fixing it, and the storm's coming back, but you know what's happening. And that's why I like that they kind of are. Obviously, I don't think in the movie it'll be like that, but they're holding him back so far in marketing. You don't need to see much. You see the hand, you see the balloons. You know we're gonna get him a lot. He was in the first movie a lot, so I like that in this trailer he's very hidden. It's not a big focus on him, and I'm very excited to see what he does now, especially after getting so much praise and everything like that. I hope that doesn't mess with his head.
I was just gonna ask a question, but I don't remember what it is, so go ahead, Taylor.
I'm not done. I was just going to say I like the Mrs. Kerr scene. Mrs. Kerr scene is a very creepy scene in the books and the original. I'm very excited, and I will say, I got to tweet this out on Facebook, but Bill Hader, because of Barry, watch it. It's probably the best TV show going right now, maybe. Top 5. Bill Hader, and I guess I could say this because the Comic-Con draft was coming out, so I don't want to spoil it, but he is now my pick for Mr. Fantastic. Because he is becoming a great dramatic actor on Barry, and I think with this movie, a lot of people are like, oh, he's the SNL guy. You're going to see him. He's going to be comedic, but you're going to see him be dramatic. He's my official pick for Mr. Fantastic fan cast. So put that out there in the ether. I think he has the look. I could see his arms stretching around, and I'm kind of thinking about him in that Paul Rudd vein where he's kind of comedic. So,
and you probably need some big people to take over those characters and bring them a new life.
Yeah. So love this trailer. Can't wait. It's one of my most anticipated movies. I think it's close to Star Wars. It really is. Spidey's number 1 now, just because that trailer was Mysterio before. And I love that Star Wars trailer, but I feel like we kind of all know what's going to happen there. So it is right up there.
Oh, I remember my question. Do you guys think we're going to see any scenes with the kids, like new scenes that we weren't?
They film new scenes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's going to work very similar to how the old movie is in the book, where it's the adults flashing back. I think when Mike calls them all,
because all the scenes in the trailer were from the first movie, weren't they? With the kids.
Yeah. So I think when they get the call, when they flash back, it'll be to a new scene with the kids and everything like that. I think there's even a chance that they turn back into kids at the end. I really do. Not like for full time, but to take on this clown or something like that, because I don't know if they're going to do it in the book. There is a turtle, and they got to do the ritual Chud, and they talk to a turtle, and they, I don't know if
we've talked about this before. There's a few things in the books that, didn't make it to the big screen.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do at the ending, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, there's a few things that scare me in life, and I love
Taxes.
I love grandmas. They're nice, they're sweet, and baking food. But then there's some grandmas that if they want, they can flick the switch the other way, and they can go full on psycho crazy.
What grandma is that? Because I've never met a grandma.
That one that puts that kid in the oven in that other movie that came out. Boom.
The Visit.
Oh, The
M.
Visit.
Night Shyamalan.
Okay, I meant more in real life. I've never met a grandma who just turns psycho.
Well, I don't venture to certain grandma's places that act like that.
Ooh.
No candy houses or anything.
So that's why I asked you, who in your life have you met?
No, I haven't met them yet, but I know they're coming. So,
Wow, Taylor.
I know they're coming.
This grandma, Mrs. Kirshner or whatever,
just Kirsch.
Kirsch coming to this city with $14 in her father's pocket. Yeah, just the whole tone just set the bar and set the pace for what you're getting into, and I was terrified. Just those subtle, like you said, hereditary things that you see in the corner of your eye, where she's leaning out the side of the corner. And
there's that one you show when she's looking at the phone. All you see is just her head poke out very quickly, and it goes back in. They don't even make attention to it. It's great.
Yeah, and then even like that, you said the first thing we get is when she's I can't remember the actor or the character's name.
Bev.
Yeah, she's looking at the wall, and then in the distance behind, you see her kind of I hate that walk.
And she's naked.
I hate that walk. But then as it progresses, it just gets weirder and weirder, and you see the weird stuff on her chest.
It's
just
hot in here. Yeah.
Just I don't know how Bev didn't get any flashes. Okay, something's wrong here. If you're talking to someone, if they pause for a solid 30 seconds, make conversation, something's wrong.
Well, because
I think she was, but she's an old lady, and if you're wrong on that prediction that something is wrong, then you're just an asshole.
I'll be an asshole. I'll get that.
And really, she didn't bring up this stuff about the father stuff until the end of the conversation.
And remember that
as well,
the adults, why she might not be looking for it, because the adults don't remember Pennywise and what happened.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the idea that she's just going to her old family.
Oh, really?
Home. Yeah, that's what happens in the books and the original movie. They don't remember any other than Mike because he stayed in Dare. They all left. So when they left, they just
kind of grew up and
they completely blanked it out. So she's going to this house just wanting to visit her own place, and then that's why she's seeing pictures of Pennywise. It's starting to all flow back to her. So I think that's why she's not on guard, because it's just, I'm just stopping in my old place, and no, you got that old lady. Which I love the part where she says something that people never really die in Derry, and there's there's 15 seconds of just her staring, and then like, oh, can I get... So I'm so excited for this movie.
Yeah, the when she, have you been a good girl, Beverly?
You still
and then
daddy's
you hear
little girl?
thud, 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 and you see the legs. It's like, oh man, that's more than I want to see. But the just when after that ends and then the score kicks in, I'm so excited for the score. Absolutely, so stoked for it. But
Score is a great one.
the,
Gold Geek nominated.
It's true.
That's a
huge
big
honor.
big claim.
Yeah.
The footage and everything, and just with Pennywise's like chuckle throughout it, kicking with the score was great. I very much believe though at the end where the little girl is behind the bleachers and Pennywise is luring her. I feel like that's how the movie's gonna start.
Yeah. There's a chance.
'Cause I feel like that's gonna happen and set the tone.
That's
and
not
then
how it
that's
does it
gonna-
happen. Well, yeah, they might change it. And in the book, that's not how it goes. But they might change it. You're right. They could.
What happens with the
In
book?
the book, the person dies. I think it's very similar to Georgie, and then Pennywise even leaves a picture of Georgie just to really fuck with.
Wow.
People. Yeah. So that's why. But maybe
Dick.
they'll replace with that. He'll kill that kid and still leave a picture of Georgie because he wants, Which the Pennywise and It character actually never really makes sense because he wants the people. He wants the adults to leave because he knows he can defeat them. So at that point, it's just like, well, why'd you leave a picture of George? And there's so many It's a horror movie, so it's fine. There's so many inconsistencies.
I mean, he's not totally there, right? He's not all there.
True.
He's missing some aspect of his brain.
And even when I watched a movie again last night, and I haven't read the book in years, but it's always iffy of who he can kill and who he can't, because there's people that never heard of Pennywise, but he can just take them out like nothing. But these kids who have heard of him, no, I can't do shit. So it's just, you got to turn off your blinders a little bit sometimes.
Do we see a giant spider in this movie?
Oh boy, I think we do. I think we do with much better effects this time.
Shelob style.
Yeah, because they in the book that spider lays eggs, and I think we're gonna get that in this movie.
Ooh.
So I won't say what goes further after that, but I think with the effects now, I think it will look much better because that spider is awful. It is one of the worst effects ever, and it's a TV movie too, so they tried their best, but it's not good.
No.
Yeah, I'm just so excited for this trailer. I'm so excited for this movie. It's definitely yeah.
I see what you're yeah.
I messed that up. I'm
covered.
I'm very much though. Just I don't know. Like Star Wars is definitely up there for me, but
oh shit,
this is like I'm with you. I think like this is riding up on its keister pretty good.
Because I'm sorry, we all know, and this is why I love you, JJ, and I hope there's some surprises. We all know the Emperor's not going to win. Rey is going to be all fine. And guess what? Kylo Ren 99.9 is going to turn good and save Rey and likely die. I think that's the problem with Star Wars until we see it. And I'm a huge fan of it. We do a podcast about it. We do a retro series. But you can only get so excited after what we've seen so far because, I don't know, just don't do that Kylo stuff.